Heyo, Stoic here. Hey, welcome to the Bedrock Guide. Today we're going to be making our wither farm. Yep, we can still do it in the end, and it's just this simple. In a 1.19.10 update, we saw that the wither can now pretty much destroy any block, including obsidian, that's right next to it, whenever it spawns in, hits its halfway point, and even at the end of its life. But there are exceptions, and this bubble column is one of them. Over the weekend, I'd come up with this idea, and it looks like, and I want to give a shout out to PhoenixDrakenFire. I'll put a link in the description for him. He came out with a very similar one as well, and he's already got his video out. So I wanted to make sure that he got credit where it's due. But anyways, this is the farm, and I'm going to show you an example. Just like before, we are just going to plop these soul sands right here, and then we're going to drop in our wither skeleton. You can see that the wither is just sitting right on the bubble column. Yeah, right there. So you saw that explosion, and it will take out that initial spot. And you can actually see the two water source blocks are still there, and the bubbles are coming up from that soul sand. The rest of the farm stays almost entirely intact. The only problem I have is sometimes you lose some blocks over here. You can see this one just blew up and it's like super far away. As long as you do not touch this wither, we're not going to have a problem. Just not a problem at all. I've tried throwing chickens in there and snowmen, and yeah, they cause all kinds of problems. I've used swords without knockback, and it's just hitting it is enough to really get it right off of the block. Just don't want to do it. Don't want to do it. So we're just going to leave it alone. We're going to hang out over here, and I'll speed this up so that we can see this thing go all the way through its cycle. All right, it's done, and you can see we can get our wither or Nether Star, and we got a couple bones. We got a couple, I think we got a couple extra blocks that blew up earlier, and we've got some wither roses in there from those wither skeletons. And you can see that we're pretty much still intact. Looks like, yeah, we're looking really good here. The nice thing is that we can replicate this. Just grab some end stone. There's plenty around here. And you just put in the blocks just like this again. And the bubble column is still intact. And we can just go to town again. We can just do it this again. And very repeatable. You can see the bubbles splashing, the extra splashes there. That means this thing is in place. And we're going to take cover here because this thing does like to make an explosion. All right, no more waiting. Let's get into this build. And fortunately, if you've watched my previous farm for this, you just have to make some modifications to it. But yeah, just be careful when you do that. I recommend following this one so you've got everything in the right spot. All right, you made it to the end, and now you've got all these wither skulls. I'll put a link in the description for my wither skull farm, which is pretty fun in my opinion. But anyways, we're going to come over to the end portal here in the center, and you can see I've got a little sea lantern over there. That's where the spawn platformers is. It's under the end stone, which is pretty crazy. But that is a good indicator for you that that is east. The other thing you can do, and you can see these are the materials for this. You can bring a sunflower and a piece of dirt. You can mine all the end stone you want because that's really all we're going to be using. We're going to need an infinite water source, so make sure you got 2 water buckets and plenty of obsidian. Probably not a stack, but there's also plenty of obsidian here already. And then all the soul sand and all the wither skeleton skulls that you can bring. But first, we're going to get this dirt out because sunflowers don't grow on end stone. We're going to put the sunflower down, and you can see that the sunflower always points east. The spawn location that you come in on, the end island, is also east, and that's very important because we're going to be building our entrance on the west side of this area. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to put an outline around this, and we're going to come one out right here. We're actually going to start on either side. Leave a little gap here. This will help us identify where we need to be later. But we're going to come across, and we're going to leave a 1 spot gap all the way around. And fortunately, most of this is mined out for us. You may need to fill this in just for simplicity today. Fill this part in if you are overhanging. We're going to do that, and we should be looking like this right now. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to actually make kind of a stadium seating kind of look, and it will go all the way around, make sure there's enough space. And I'll just kind of do this real quick to show one corner, but we're going to go all the way around this entire thing. And I'll meet you when you're done. All right, we've got this nice little funnel. It's almost like a big hopper, pretty sweet looking. The one thing we're going to do though, especially if you're going to be playing on a realm where you've got other people with you, you want to put a little stairway in all the way around. That way people have access to it, especially if they're being chased by an Enderman and they need to make a quick dash to get out of here. All right, looking good. Now it's like a pyramid with a funnel. This is looking sweet. So now we're just going to come into the center and off to these sides. We're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we're going to carve out everything here. And as long as we have 2 blocks below the lowest point of this end portal, then we should be in good shape. So we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, just like that. And we're going to take out everything in this lower area. All right, all cleared out, and you can see that we can walk right underneath it, which is just fine. We're going to find the side that we had openings on, and this is how we're going to get in and out. So we're going to go ahead and just break these 9 blocks just like this, and we're just carve our way out. You can go back, we'll say by 3, 1, 2, 3. That would be the third one. And then we can start making our way out of this farm as well. And you just want a single stepstone in, that's fine too. And yeah, we're looking pretty good. Now we're going to come into the center here, and we're going to find the very center of this. 1, 2, 1, 2, and here is our last one. So we're going to go down 1, 2, just like that. You can break those temporary ones just because we needed to see what was going on. We're going to break those 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. I did 3 there, but we're going to have a 5 by 5 opening now, and I'll just dig this out real quick with you. Centered on this portal. All right, we're about ready to use our infinite water source. So 1, 2, 3, grab your 2 buckets of water and put them in an opening that's 3 blocks wide. Anytime you take water from the center one, these outside ones will replenish it and you'll have an infinite water source. So once we've got that, we're going to come down here with our bucket. We're going to grab our soul sand, 1 piece, and put it right here, right in the middle. And then we're going to put in some end stone just on both sides, all 4 sides of it. We got the bubbles going. We know it's working. Let's put another set on there, and we're going to throw another water source right there. You can see our bubbles are working. All right, we're going to come back up here. You can use end stone for this point, but I'm going to use some high contrast blocks just to show where I'm putting these. But you want to come down. You've got 1, 2, just like that. We're going to come all the way across. We're going to make a little shelf here. This is to help get the water in towards the middle and really cover up all of those wither attacks and prevent them from going out and everywhere. Once we come to this side, what we're going to do is put in 5 blocks in a kind of a U-shaped orientation. We're going to come back down in here, and we're going to put a little tower. Actually, we're going to break that one, and we're going to break that one right there. Because we're going to keep some water coming down in this direction. Break out these 6 blocks over here. That was 9. We can put in 9, and we can put another one in right there. So we're looking just like this in our platform over in this direction. We're going to come back up. We've got our water. We've got kind of an orientation set up here. Let's go ahead and fill in all of these locations on the outside. Once you've placed 3 of these infinite water sources up here, you can just keep grabbing back and forth. Grab, just like that. Fill this all in. You can see that we've got water coming down on all 4 sides. And then on this side, we've got water that's just going down into this hole, which prevents it from spilling over onto this obsidian because we need this clear for our wither. And then we're going to come back up top, and we're going to gently break all of these concrete blocks that I put in. These could be end stone for you if you didn't bring anything extra or not extra dirt. If you do place dirt, watch out. Those Endermen are going to take it. We're going to clear this out all the way around. You can see that we do have a couple of blocks here that could get destroyed pretty easily. We can put in obsidian here as well, just to make sure they don't break. And you guessed it, we have all the water in place. We got our little bubble column in place. We got a little platform right here. This stuff is going to break eventually. Maybe you can get some more obsidian, but for right now, this is all we really need. In fact, you could put a little AFK position right here if you wanted to. But we're going to grab our soul sand now. We're going to put it underneath this block right here. And we're going to come out 1, 2, 3. And now we've got enough room to place all of our skulls. Ready? Here we go. Now the wither has now moved into the east direction. That's why this is so important. If you build it on any other side, the wither will go not where we want it. And you can see that our wither is now trapped. And it's going to enjoy a nice little bubble bath until its end of its life. All right, thanks everyone for joining me on the Bedrock Guide. I hope you enjoy this. I know people are still wanting these easy wither killers, and I think this one is going to work for you. Just make sure you got all the blocks in the right spot and test it in creative. Definitely test it. Always test it, especially with the wither, because you don't want this thing getting loose. But anyways, check out PhoenixDrakenFire. He beat me to the punch on this one because I schedule my stuff on Tuesdays and Thursdays for the most part. But yeah, hopefully this works for you. And if you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button. And if you hit that like button as well and comment, that really shows the traffic on my channel, and it actually helps get more promotions out there for me and just helps build my channel. So really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.